Lord, even I will die for your glory, so be it. If it is your glory, I shall remain nobody, or suffering for your glory. Let your will be done. There are times I feel abandoned, rejected, downcast. Why everything is working against me? Loud and clear, I hear the Lord saying, you are created for my pleasure. Then, either my prayer answered or unanswered, let your will be done in my life. I found Jesus living for nothing else, for himself, but for the glory of God. Wherever you send me, Lord, I will go. Jesus lived only to glorify God, not to glorify himself. He lived to glorify God. Any life given to God is not being wasted. Lord, take my life for your glory. Only men and women who had died for their pleasure, comfort, can see the glory of God. When God wants to get maximum glory, he wants to do something and magnify his purpose for your life. He wants the whole thing to get sour or fermented when all hope is lost. God will not share his glory with anyone. What does God want to glorify in you, in your suffering, in your pains, in your persecution? There's something God wants to glorify. Let's go to the book of Daniel. These three Hebrew men who stand out in their persecution. King Nebuchadnezzar gave a decree that anyone must bow down to his golden image. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego say no. Their God would rescue them. Even their God did not rescue them. They are not going to bow to the golden image. How many of us can say that? Most of us don't even know we are living for God's glory, for his pleasure, for his comfort, not for ourselves. The book of Daniel chapter 3, verse 16 to 18. I'm reading with the Living Bible. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not worried about what will happen to us if we are thrown into the flaming furnace. Our God is able to deliver us, and he will deliver us out of your hands, your majesty. But if he does not, please understand, sir, that even then we will never under any circumstances serve your God or worship the golden statues you have erected. Then Nebuchadnezzar was filled with fury and his face became dark with anger. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he commanded that the furnace be heating up 7 times hotter than unusual. And he called for some of the strongest men of his army to burn Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the fire. So they bound them tight with ropes and threw them into the furnace, fully clothed. And because the king, in his anger, had demanded such a hot fire in the furnace, the flame leaped up and killed the soldier as they threw them in. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego fell down bound into the roaring flame. But suddenly, as he was watching, Nebuchadnezzar jumped up in amaze and exclaimed to his adversary, "Did we not throw 3 men into the furnace?" "Yes," they said. "Why did indeed, your majesty?" Well, look, Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "I see 4 men unbound walking around the fire, and they are not even hurt by the flame. And the 4th looked like a god." Then Nebuchadnezzar came as close as he could to open the door of the flame furnace, and here Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servant of the Most High God, come out here. So they stepped out of the fire. Look at what happens. God allowed this thing to happen so that he can glorify his name. Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to compromise, the whole nation believed in God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The king bowed to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Sometimes God allows us to go through suffering, pains. He wants to glorify himself. There is something that God wants to do that we may not understand. He wants to glorify himself through us in our pains or suffering.